Lakers trail by 5. Robinson is out there with Cunningham. Then it's Kevin Huerter. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Stewart in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Detroit right now. Kennard kicks to Vanderbilt. 6 to shoot. There's the triple. Kennard's shot is off.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Robinson for 3. Here's Stewart. Lays it up and banks it in. Stewart's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Detroit.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
And there's the call on Kevin Huerter. That is his first foul of the game. Cunningham against Reeves. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That 3 off the mark. Pistons leading by 7. Robinson left side. Down low. Stewart finds Huerter. Here is Cunningham. The 3. And it's Laravia with the rebound. Pass to Kennard. Now Reeves. Now here's Vanderbilt. LeVert defending. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Cunningham. Misses the fallback J.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Huerter with it, defended by Reeves. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Holland, he's checked in for Detroit. And the Lakers also making a change. Doncic is checked in for Austin Reeves. On defense, the Lakers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Cunningham's shot is off.
The D has to respect his range. He made 2 in the first half, and he's capable of draining even more here in the second.
Kennard, the pass to Doncic. There's the 3. Kennard's shot is off.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Holland, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
And also the hustle showing through with all those steals and not giving much breathing room for the offense to operate.
And he knocks down the first one. Tobias Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. James checked in for the Lakers. And he makes both free throws. And for 2 seasons running, Richard, the Lakers have bowed out in the first round. How do they change that and go further?
Well, now they've been able to balance this roster a little better, adding some size up front. That was something that really hurt them last year against the Wolves.
Cunningham outside. It's blocked. Pass to Vanderbilt. Now James, guarded by Stewart. Doncic outside. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And the shot goes in.
Defense comes at Harris hard inside, but he is physical right back. If you hit first, it hurts less.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Doncic passes to LaRavia. Back to Doncic. Vanderbilt, a screen on Cunningham. Doncic finds Vanderbilt. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. It's on Ron Holland.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
LeVert's checked in for Detroit. Robinson comes in for Kevin Huerter. And that one falls for Vanderbilt. Pistons leading by 4. Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Harris. Back to Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Robinson, that's good.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Hayes with the screen for Doncic. Now here's Vanderbilt. Here's LaRavia. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Harris kicks to Cunningham. Pass to LeVert. They swipe it. Vanderbilt inside. He's against Cunningham. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Vanderbilt. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've led by as much as 10. Now Stewart. Pass to Harris from outside the arc. And the Pistons another 3.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Lakers trail by 8. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. A different look here for Detroit. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Green in for Duncan Robinson. And then for Los Angeles, LeBron's checked in for Jackson Hayes. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. And it's Austin Reeves in for James. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. And it was a frustrated huddle. Coaches and players were angry about the turnovers. Players trying to hold each other accountable. They're fed up with sloppy play. Let's see how they respond. Guys?
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
He's not making much of an impact from deep. His sole three-pointer came in the first half.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Lakers trail by 10. Doncic outside.
Now at 4 fouls in the game, he'll start to have to be a little bit more careful with his defense the rest of the way. Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
That free throw good from Doncic.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
Inside, here's Durant. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Lakers have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Back to Doncic. Forcing his way inside. Doncic.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Cunningham passes to Durant. Out to Harris. From deep. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Doncic outside. Here's LaRavia. Covered by Cunningham. Doncic against Thompson. No one near Reeves as he lets it go.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Cunningham against Doncic. Cunningham inside. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Cunningham's got 24 points.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's number. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
On the wing, Harris. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Harris has got the lead back up to 10 now for Detroit.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And Reeves has got the ball here for L.A. Over in the corner, LaRavia. Here's Hachimura. Buries it from three-point range.
There are so many ways Hachimura gets the job done.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He knows every possession is critical now. Los Angeles making a switch here. Ayton's checked in. Detroit leading by 7. Pass to Green. And here is Duran. Cunningham outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Cunningham's got 12 points here in the second half.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Ayton a screen on Cunningham. LeBron outside. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the wing. And stolen by Thompson. Now Green. Now Harris. Duran a screen. Harris drives in. LeBron with the block.
I love that LeBron is still willing to go up and challenge at the rim. He's still got that fire for an old man.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
And stolen by Ayton.
It's so challenging trying to guard Doncic without fouling because he's not afraid to get hit.
First free throw is good. All free throws good from Doncic.
Well, when you send him to the line, you know what the outcome is likely to be.
Now Harris. Outside Cunningham. Four on the shot clock. Lets it go from 14. He nails the jump shot.
Oh, nice to see Cunningham strike from mid-range. He obviously isn't afraid of mixing up his offense.
Now Reeves. The 3 is off.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
And the foul on Rui Hachimura. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Cunningham against Doncic. Clock at 6. Cunningham inside. What a finesse finish on the way-in.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Luka Doncic. Nice step back. Sweet move.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Now Duran. And that one is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And this is where Aiden does the most damage. Inside, feels like he can score on anyone. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Pistons.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Cade Cunningham.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Cunningham on the wing. Guarded by Doncic. Doncic against Cunningham. And he banks the layup in. And the free throw, no good. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.